If you're in the market to buy a house or you're looking to sell, there are some changes that recently went into effect when it comes to how realtors are compensated and also how you can see a home on the market. Mindy West is the St. Charles Realtors president, along with Matt Becker, who's the past president. Both are with us this morning to talk a little bit more about what you need to know. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Yeah, so this is kind of due to a settlement with the National Association of Realtors. First off, there's a couple big changes, but what's the first one?
So the first one we want to talk about, and first I want to thank you for having us on here and getting
yeah.
this message out. We really appreciate that. One of the first changes is for home buyers. So home buyers are going to be required to be entered into a written agreement before an agent can work on their behalf. Part of that is to be able to tour a home. So we really want to make sure we have that agreement and settled in place. Now, Missouri has always used buyer's agency agreement. So this isn't a really new change for us, but it has to be in place before we show a home. Part of that change is going to be discussing buyer's agent commission.
Right.
Okay. How much and how that's paid. One of the misconceptions is sellers are still able to cover that cost for a buyer. Okay. So that doesn't have to change. So that can still be presented within the offer. So that's just another negotiation piece for making an offer.
Yeah,
and just like with any terms of a contract, if we can't come to an agreement, a buyer can walk away, or a buyer has the option to cover that fee themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, one of the changes that we want to talk about. So it's really important to sit down with an agent early on in the process, discuss how this is going to work, and make sure that you are informed on how that process is going to go forward.
Yeah, so Matt, is this impacting really both the listing agent and also the buyer's agent?
Absolutely. So, there's a lot of times we walk in to meet with a seller, and the seller says, I heard on the news, or I heard from a friend that I no longer have to pay a buyer's agent, or I don't have to cover that commission. And my question to that is, did you hear that now or 5 years ago?
Right.
Because it hasn't changed. So sellers always had that option to offer compensation to a buyer's agent or not offer compensation. That's a conversation they've had with their listing agent, and those conversations are going to continue. They're going to be a little different in how that's handled, but at the end of the day, compensation still can be paid by the seller, and it's a negotiation tool and something they're going to have to know up front.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the biggest takeaway you think that someone who's either looking to buy a house or selling a house needs to know?
Well, they need to know that not a lot has changed, okay? Buyers and sellers still, the majority of them still will hire a professional to handle this process for them. And as we all know, professionals need to get paid. So the paying of an agent is still there. It's just the process of how that's going to be handled.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you both for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.